What up, world? This is your homeboy Wordplay TJ, and this time around, I'm going to talk to you about how to upload your music to ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, whatever performing rights organization you use. Stay tuned. All right, so I know that a few people want to know how to upload their music to ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, whatever it may be. But first, I want to talk about why it's important to do that. So these organizations, so ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, all the way down the line, any organization for any territory that you may be in. So, for example, SOCAN in Canada. All of these organizations collect publishing on your behalf as a performer, as a songwriter, anybody that's a part of the composition that's created. So they collect a variety of different royalties on your behalf for you, so you don't have to worry about where your money is coming from. If your money is coming, they collect royalties for you performing the song. They collect royalties for the songwriter that wrote it. They collect royalties for the person that created the instrumental, and so forth. And once all of this information is put into their system, all of the distributors and people that say play music in commercials, play music on TV, put music in games, they then release that information back to the society, so then that songwriter, that performer can be compensated based on that performance. All right, so now that's out of the way and I've talked about that, you can find more details in another video that I'll link down in the description. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and share my screen so you can see me update my information on ASCAP. So let's go ahead and share the screen. All right, so here we are on ASCAP. I'm going to go ahead and log in, member login, and I am also going to open another tab for DistroKid, because just in case I need different information from DistroKid, I want to have it available. And I'm going to do a song with a feature on it, so you all can see how to make splits for different people. Here we are. This is my main account. And this is for the publishing company On The Map Entertainment that I run. So there's two different sides to it. So if you're a songwriter and that's all you do is write songs, you can sign up as a songwriter with any of these performing rights organizations. The fees vary from place to place. But if you sign up as a songwriter, most of the time, you're only collecting half of what your royalties are due to you. So the other half is the publishing side of it. And so if you want to, you can sign up with a publishing company or have a publishing administrator do all the work for you, because if you're signed up as a songwriter, you are the publisher. You just have to be able to collect that portion of it. And so this is me collecting that portion of it, but it's just the name is On The Map Entertainment instead of my name. All right, so what we want to do here, their dashboard is really easy to read and they're easy to use. And so what I want to do is register a work. Yes, I agreed to the terms and conditions. I've done this before. All right, so first I want to enter in the name of the song, and this song I'm going to do is Link Up, featuring my brother Prophet, and you can find that song on Apple Music, on Spotify, etc. So if you want to hear that, go check that out. The link to my YouTube is in the description. So here it goes. Link Up is what I want to put in. Any alternative titles. So if you have, like, I don't know if the song is called something else or it could be confused with something else, put an alternative title in. I don't have one for this particular song, so that's not a big deal. All right, so the writers and the publishers portion. So this one is kind of confusing for some people because of the percentage splits. So once you introduce math into anything, it starts to get kind of confusing. But I want to let you know what's going on here. So here's what's happening. Okay, so for the writer share, the writers are the people that do the music itself. Composing is writing music, and then the person that writes the lyrics as well. If it's just an instrumental, then it's the person that made the instrumental. If it's just an acapella, then it's the person that wrote the song. So the writer is that person. ASCAP splits everything 50-50. So 50-50 is 50% the writers, 50% the publisher, and we go from there. Okay, so first we want to start with the writer's name. And let's see. Let's go with Terry Johnson. Ooh, and this one's a little tough. So they've changed up the way things are done here. So what I'm gonna have to do is probably register myself. So I know my IPI number and I have it. So I'm gonna just add a writer. So Terry Johnson Society ASCAP. You know what? I'm not gonna do it this way. Clear that out. I have my IPI number, and usually it's up at the top of your main page, but for this particular situation, my IPI number is on a different account. So my IPI number starts off with 506. So let's see, Terry Johnson. Let's look and see if we can find it. View all, Terry Johnson, and we're looking for Terry L. Johnson 506. There we go. There I am, right there. So that's me. Perfect. Check this box if this writer has authorized you to submit this registration for them. Yes. Yes, of course, because I'm the owner of the company. All right, so what's the role of this writer? Is it adapter? Nope. Arranger, the musical elements, modifies the musical elements of a pre-existing work. Nope. Author writes the lyrics. So yes, that's me. A composer writes the musical elements. Yes, that's me. And creates both lyrics and musical elements. Yep. Let's add that. And my percentage share for this particular portion is going to be, let's see, I did the beat. So I would say first, if I did the beat, I'll say that's half of the track, right? So this is half of the writer portion. So that's 25. And then my brother did part of the lyrics. His voice also appears in the hook. So I don't know, let's go ahead and say that he did 10%. And so let's go with 40 here, total writer share, and then the total publisher share. So On the Map Entertainment, that's it. Share 50. Boom. So you see this is green, this is red. We need to add a writer to make sure that this is 50%. Writer's name, Terrence E. Johnson. Wow. Cannot find the writer. So let's look and see if we can look him up in the system. Let's try this. Let's try his full name. There he is. So Terrence Elijah Johnson, that's BMI. Boom. Check this box if this writer is authorized. Yep. Roll. He's a author. So he's written some of the lyrics. That's a part of it. And then he gets 10%. Boom. So now everything's 50-50 here. In BMI, oftentimes it says 100% here, but that's just their ratio. So don't have to worry about that very much. You don't have to like kind of scratch your head and do that type of thing. You don't have to worry. For this particular situation, he doesn't have a publisher on this work, so just check that. And then, whoa, this writer has no publisher on this work. So check that. Why does that say 60%? I see what's going on. So it's counted him as the publisher. So what I should do here is go ahead and put On the Map Entertainment as my publishing company and share 0%. I should be able to do that. But this is the first time me using this interface, so I might be surprised. So go ahead and hit apply. Ooh, there's a problem. Original publisher must share their match with the corrector. Must match their connected writer share. BMI writer cannot have an ASCAP publisher. Ooh, that's a problem. So what I will do is, boom, cut that down. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Take that part out. That's gonna make that 60%. So I'll just change this to 40. Boom. And now let's try it. Bam. Now everything's golden. The great thing about ASCAP's new setup here is that this makes it so much easier to see what the percentages are and how to work out problems like this. And the first time using it is I'm very impressed. So give a big hand clap to ASCAP, because I appreciate them for setting this new thing up and updating their technology to keep people from being less confused. All right, so let's go and expand this and go throughout this whole thing. So has this work been performed? If not, skip. It has been performed, and the performer is Wordplay. Let's make sure I'm not in here already. Wordplay, TJY. And then add another performer name, Profit. Boom. Is this a concert work? Nope, it is not. So I can skip that. Is this work intended for commercial and film? So did I make it explicitly for a, whoa, my stomach. Did I make it explicitly for commercial or film? No. So I can skip that. Does this work include a sample? Nope. I sampled my brother's voice, but that was part of the vocals that he sent me. So no, that's pretty fine. So skip that. Does this work use public domain elements? Nope. None of that. So I can skip that. Has this work been recorded? If not, skip. Yes, it has been recorded. Recording artist is Wordplay, TJAY. Sound recording title, link up. Release date. That's why I need this open. November 24th. So 11/24/2017. ISRC code. It's very important. Copy that. Bam. Do you know the performance time on this work? I kind of do. It has to be hours, minutes, seconds. So hours, boom. To minutes. I think it's 3 minutes. And I don't know. Let's look in another folder. See if I can find it. Link up. 18 seconds. All right. Thanks. 3:18. Sweet. All right. And so that's it. So if you don't know any of this information, or you need to figure out all this information, go ahead and hit save. I want to point something out real quick, because you see what we had to do up here in order to make this 40%. Because my brother does not have a publishing company, what it's done is used himself as a publishing company, right? And then he took this share and then plopped it over there. If you have an administrator, so a publishing administrator would be like Songtrust. Yeah, Songtrust or something like that, or TuneCore Inc. or something like that, then they'll usually update this when they send the information in. And so they'll usually submit all this stuff for you. But yeah, if you do have an administrator, they'll collect on this end. The reason why I've updated this the way I have is because essentially my publishing company does the administration part, And so this whole registration is going to go out to all the other societies in the world, and everything's going to be collected on my behalf. I don't have to upload this because I have publishing administration, but if you didn't, this would be the way to do it. So let's go on down to the bottom. Now that that's done, I don't have to save it. I just hit submit and game over. All right. So it may take up to 10 business days for this work to appear in the repertoire. And then you can just register a new work if you have several of them to do. All right, so that is it. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them down in the comment section. If you like this video, like it, give it a thumbs up. If you think somebody else needs it, be sure to share this video, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button for any time that I upload something new. Until next time, I appreciate you joining me. It's your homeboy Wordplay TJ. Peace.